Hi, grade 11. So today we are doing exponents. We are doing multiplication and division of powers with numerical bases, which is like this example. Can you see you multiplying here? And then we are doing adding and subtracting. Can you see there's a minus between the terms? And this is also adding and subtracting powers with numerical bases. There's adding and subtracting. Let's look at example number 1, where we are multiplying and dividing. Step number 1 is to change your base numbers. To change your base numbers, grade 11, we are going to use the calculators. I'm going to press 4 equal shift, and then I'm going to press fact. Can you see it makes 4 2 to the 2? 4 will become, let's make this bigger, 4 will become 2 to the 2. So everything here still stays the same, eh? N plus 2. 9 will become, so 9 equal, so let's start over. 9 equal shift, and in fact is 3 to the 2, and the power will stay the same. And then 72 equal shift. Can you see it's 2 to the 3, and then 3 to the 2. That the whole thing is 72 to the n times 2 is a prime number, so 2 is 1 minus n. Okay, so there you changed the base numbers. Now that you've changed the base numbers, I want you to remove the brackets. So that is step number 2. So we're just going to multiply the powers, eh? All the bases will stay the same. So I'm going to say this times this and that, this and that, this and that, and this one will stay the same. The base is going to stay 2. So 2 times n is 2n, and 2 times 2 is plus 4, times 3 stays 3. 2 times n is 2n. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Okay? 2 stays 2, 3 stays 3. 3 times n is 3n. 2 times n is 2n. And this one stays the same. Okay, you've removed the brackets. Now, I'm going to write the bases down. So there's a base of 2, and then there's a base of 3. So what I'm going to do is, if the power is on top, like here, it's in the numerator, the signs of that power stays the same. But if, like here we have another 2, but it's in the denominator, I'm just going to change the signs, eh? So look what I'm going to do. So on top, I'm going to have 2n plus 4. It stays the same. But this positive 3n is now a negative 3n. And this positive 1 is a minus 1. And that minus n is a plus n. So I'm going to do the same for 3. So where the base is 3, this is on top. This is at the bottom. So on top, I'm going to have 2n minus 2. It stays the same. But this 2n is now negative 2n. Now I'm just going to add the like terms. 2 to the and 3 to the. 2 to the, let's see, 2n minus 3n plus n gives me 0. So that will cancel. And then 4 minus 1 is 3. So this is 2 to the 3. And then this 2n and that 2n will cancel. I'm left with negative 2 only. So this is negative 2. So now my final answer is 2 to the 3. And to make this negative to a positive, I'm just going to bring it down like that. So this is 8 and this is 9. And that is your final answer. And that's how you do questions where you are multiplying the bases, eh? Let's look at example number 2. The difference between example 1 and 2 is there is a minus sign between the terms. So it could have been a plus or it can be a minus like in this case. Step number 1 is to break every term up if you can. So I can break this one up, this one, and this one. So step number 1, let's break it up. You don't have to, but I would advise it. So 3 to the x plus 2 becomes 3 to the x times 3 to the 2. You broke it up. Minus 3 to the x over. Now I'm going to break up this one here. This is 3 to the x times 3 to the 1. And here, this is 3 to the x and 3 to the minus 2. Okay, so first thing is to break it up, eh? Then I'm going to ask myself, what's here that's also in this term? So 3 to the x. Then I open the bracket. Then I'm going to say this divided by this. So let's say, so this, I just want to show you, divided by that. This and this will cancel. So I'm left with that. If this is a minus, then inside the bracket, this is a minus. Then I'm going to say this divided by this. So let's do it on the side so you can see. This is how you factorize. This and this will cancel, so the answer is 1. So we have a 1 over there. Then over, then you ask yourself again, what's here that's also there? 3 to the x. So I'm going to take it out, 3 to the x. And then you do the same thing now, eh? You say 3 to the x, 3 to the 1, so it's this one here, divided by this, over 3 to the x. This and this will cancel, so I'm left with 3. There's a minus, so this is a minus. Then 3 to the x, 3 to the negative 2, which is this thing, divided by what you took out, 3 to the x. This and this will cancel, 3 to the negative 2. Okay, so that is factorizing. You must become a pro at factorizing grade 11. So now that you factorized, can you see that this and this can cancel because they are exactly the same? So I'm left with 3 to the 2 minus 1 over 3 minus 3 to the negative 2. Okay, so from here, I'm going to say 3 to the 2 is 9 minus 1. And this is 3 minus 1 over 3 to the 2 to make it a positive, eh? From here, you can go straight to your calculator. The answer is 36 over 13. That is your final answer. So if you have a plus or a minus, you must just remember, like the sum, we break it up, then we factorize to cancel, and then we simplify, and then you can use a calculator, although it says don't. You can use a calculator here by the last bit. Let's look at example number 3. So with example number 3, even if you break it up, you won't be able to factorize this, taking out a common factor. So I'm going to show you something else because of this 1 over here and this 1 over there. So I'm going to show you what to do, eh? Do you see this 3 to the 2x over there? This 3 to the 2x, I'm going to rewrite it. I just want to show you something. 3 to the 2x is exactly the same as 3 to the x to the 2. This is exactly the same thing because a power to a power, you would multiply this and the answer is 3 to the 2x, which is this. So this can be written as this. Okay, let's do that. So that's a tip, eh? This is 3 to the x, everything to the 2 minus 1 over 3 to the x plus 1. Now, grade 11s, I'm going to say let 3 to the x be k. So wherever there's a 3 to the x, I'm going to make it k. So this is k and this is k. So look how the sum becomes. It's k to the 2 minus 1 over k plus 1. Now, how would you normally factorize this? This is the difference of two squares. So this is k plus 1 and k minus 1 over k plus 1. So can you now see, grade 11s, that this and this will cancel. And you are left with k minus 1. But remember, the original question was never k minus 1. The original question was 3 to the x. So I'm going to replace it back. And now I'm going to say, oh, k is actually 3 to the x minus 1. And that is the answer. Or what you could have done is you rewrite this thing like this. And you have 3 to the x plus 1. Then you can just say, I see the difference of two squares. So this is 3 to the x and 3 to the x, a 1 and a 1, a plus and a minus. Because this is the difference of two squares. 3 to the x plus 1. And then this and this will cancel. And can you see you left with 3 to the x minus 1. Same answer. So you decide what will work for you.